Viable question. Why did you feel the need to call out John Gray when you were doing the same? Is there an explanation? All right, so I do want to answer that. That's from the Shade Room. Thank you, Shade Room, for that question. When I called out John Gray, let me be very clear. Anything that I did, calling anybody out, especially if I aimed it at the person and not the actions, the person, and not condemning just what was done to hurt somebody else, anything that I did was out of alignment. It was prideful. It was egotistical. Matter of fact, I'm pretty sure I've taken that video down off my YouTube, and I did that last year when I first got humbled. Now, when it came to John Gray, I don't want to make a separation because ultimately we're not different from each other. My sin is not greater than his, any of that stuff. When I called out John Gray, the first video was he's saying this as if it's a good thing. There's nothing good about what I'm doing. He was saying my wife is a covering for me. She gave birth to me, and it was on my question. Yeah. And I like that question from Shade Room.
Derrick Jaxn, sir, you posted something and then you limited your comments. So my husband can't post to you, neither can I. Now, what's amazing about that is that's a little bit cowardly. But what you will not do, and everybody who knows me by now, is one thing you will not do is come from my husband. If it's lies, now if it's the truth, talk about it. But if it's lies, we're not doing that. I don't know if you're married. I think I hear that you cater to single people, and that's cool. And the other part is that I heard you actually just got married. But you don't want your followers to know on that. So for somebody to take a moment, that's actually called to heal marriages and pervert it the way young sir did over there. It's a no on so many levels. But and people can say that we address too much or whatever. We can do what we want because it's our social, and if you don't like it, you can gladly turn it off.
More importantly, because again, this ain't about him. What is the price that any woman can expect to have to pay for trying to love a broken man? What scars is she still dealing with to this day that may never heal? And if no scars, then just in that 8-year time span of trying to love you and raise you and give birth to you as a man, what would you say she risked resorting to? Because she already had her own battles to fight, but here she is fighting yours because you didn't get them to a point where you didn't need her to fight your battles for you or cover you in the places that you still needed healing. Like, that's how the conversation should have went. And I say that because these days we have this habit in one form or another, whether we're praising a ride or die chick for enduring all this shit and now she a real one because she did, we have this habit of glorifying dysfunction and toxicity at the hands of a man while simultaneously using that as a measurement stick of the worth of a woman. And another part that got to me, man, when I heard him say, you know what? There's a difference between basically, more importantly, in here, between a woman that's a lid and a covering. In which I agree with him. It was poetic and romantic. I love that. It's cool. We're going to make that distinction between a woman that can propel you towards your destiny versus a woman that can stunt your growth or keep you from that. But in reference to the type of man that he's describing, a man that when a woman comes to only love him, he exchanges what would have been 8 years of a healthy, fulfilling relationship that poured into her, helped her grow, and instead gave her 8 years of raising his already 30-something-year-old grown ass. It sounds to me like, no disrespect, he was the lid. And the reason why I'm making this point, the reason why I'm wanting to emphasize this, is because as people who have overcome their past, it's not our responsibility to have a pretty past or to go back and change it, but we do have a responsibility to do right by that past by in recounting it, making sure that we correct the misunderstanding that we once had. For those listening to us, for the next generation, shortening that learning curve. Phrasing here instead of reinforcing that misunderstanding, which in this case is the expectation of a woman exclusively to be put through hell in order to receive heaven from a man that she loves. And that's what I have an issue. Instead of everybody has on their heart about me ain't none of my business or burden. But what's on my heart is the desire to address problematic mentalities that create toxic relationships that hurt people. And y'all have entrusted me to speak on these things regardless of who likes it, so I will. Now, I'm posting this here because I'm hoping, despite some people's thirst for drama, that we can be an example of how it should go when two messengers have contrarian perspectives and contribute those perspectives to the conversation we still need, which is that women should not be obligated to be rehabilitation centers for broken men, period. Now, I'm not sure if he's seen my DM in which I extended this olive branch or if he's going to see this video like he saw yesterday's. But either way it go, I wish this brother nothing but success. And y'all never feel like you have to choose between me and anybody else. You choose the truth and stand on that unapologetically. Because you know I will.